Welcome back everyone for another tutorial. This time around we are going to explore a left-hand comp for major 7 chords. Let's get started. Major 7 chords in music are extremely fascinating. These ones could give us the uplift. These ones could give us hope and this bright sound of joy, happiness, and prosperity. Let's dive straight into the concept of the structure, and then we are going to move forward towards more complicated elements such as flavor by tensions and the mood by 3 and 7. Let's get started. Starting from C, we play the note, we skip the note, 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 and then we continue. And of course, if we climb even higher, we're going to hit the same C, but basically to start the whole thing 2 octaves higher. Okay, so it turns out we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 notes available. Left-hand comp for pianist, it's a great source of music instrumentation and composition. Now, this is 1, this is 3, 5, and 7. These guys stand for major 7 sound. Why is that? Because the 3rd is happy, it's major, and 7th, it's major. 2 majors give this happiness, the joy, the uplifting feeling of vibration. We call them 1, 3, 5, and 7. Beautiful. The other notes possible are tension 9th, tension 11th, and tension 13th. Now, it doesn't mean that I have to use them all. However, I will do building a major 7 chords, I will try to avoid natural 11 for the purpose of a toxic relationship between 11 and 3. We talked about it earlier with dominant 7 chords. Let me just refresh the feeling and the sound of it. It doesn't feel pretty, it doesn't sound pretty. If I drop 11th 1 octave lower, this is what we achieve. So basically we 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13. I eliminate the 11th, and all of a sudden we've got tension 9th and 13 available. They sound just right. See? Nothing kind of contradicts this clean, major, uplifting sound of that major chord. Once again, when it comes to left-hand comp, I have to be aware of few facts. Number 1, I've got only 5 fingers. Number 2, I won't have such range of motion in this hand to cover all the notes the way they are and the way they are built. So what do I do? As a composer and arranger, I'm gonna rearrange this kind of concept by dropping tensions 1 octave lower. So now we are dealing with the situation that I play root, I play tension 9th, since I dropped it, 3, 11 doesn't exist, we decided to skip it for a reason of being too dirty for us, 5, tension 13th, and 7. Okay, so we just end up with this beautiful cluster, phenomenal for horn section, especially for saxophones. in big band. Okay, so look, if you still kind of wonder where it comes from, this is 7th chord. These are tensions, and we drop these tensions 1 octave lower. So tension 13 goes here, and tension 9 goes here. And basically, we just end up with this sound. Okay? Now, we are moving forward. Turns out, right now, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notes. In the relationship to only 5 fingers, it's still too much. Now, which note from these notes I would eliminate as a weakest point? Because I, as a pianist, I want to give as much color as possible, and the piano gives me that opportunity, right? I wanna, right? Okay, I want to give the flavor to the music I'm about to perform or compose. So now, in my opinion, the weakest note is going to be root. Why is that? Because I know for certain that this root is going to be presented sooner or later by something else, some other instruments, like bass, for example. So the bass player is going to deliver that root for me, and all I have to do is just cover rest of the notes. Okay? Of course, this scenario, what we just showed, it's very difficult to perform with that left hand. It doesn't feel natural. So now, since I compose and I think about my hand more like a string quartet, it would be wise for me to present 3 or 4 notes as best as I can. Deliver as much color as possible. So now we are digging deeper, and now definitely I want to keep 3, because 3 gives me this difference between major and minor. Okay, so this is 1. 7 gives me, because it's a major 7 chord, it will be wise to include that 7, because the 7 gives that happiness and this, right, the uplifting sound of that major 7 chord. So 3 and 7 I would love to use. Now we've got tension 9th, 5, and tension 13, and now one of these notes I will eliminate. Okay, so I want to create a chord represented by 4 notes. So I'm thinking 4 fingers, string quartet. Okay? I'm thinking at this moment, right now I could eliminate 5, for example, and deliver a sound such as tension 9th on the bottom, 3, tension 13th, and 7. Of course, the order can be altered by applying inversions. If I go down, I will drop that B 1 octave lower, and we just end up with another variation of the possible sound, right? Inversion, it's the correct word to say it. However, I'm thinking sound whilst choices making. Okay? This inversion will give me different vibe than this. If I climb up, this new version will give me even more insight of that resonance. If I climb up, I give a different one. So every single choice I make will have a tremendous influence on the final result, the sound, right? So we can talk about inversions all night long, and all I care about which sound presents best result for me as a musician, as a composer, right? Of something I try to achieve through that process. It doesn't mean that I could very easily substitute one of the tensions, and instead of like tension 13, for example, I could add 5. You see, this is 5. Tension 13 doesn't exist. Okay? So we are not obligated to play all of them at once. We could just fool around. Like, for example, my 5 could become tension 13 when I cop. Or I could drop 7 to tension 13. Okay? All right. So we are dealing with circumstances when our knowledge comes to the surface. You start measuring the results based on science. The science is you and your attraction towards the sound, vibration, idea, etc. So since you're extremely unique, one of the kind individual, and an artist, you have to embrace that internal meditation. What I mean by meditation, you meditate upon the sound you're about to create. Okay? So look, tension 13 is on the bottom, 7 follows, tension 9, 3. Now I'm gonna skip the tension 13th and play 5. Oh, it's much cleaner sound, but do I need it? Is it appropriate for the moment I try to write for or instrument? Because instrumentation has a huge impact on our left-hand comp. It's a discovery process of such a palette of different components. One of them is your imagination. Another one is creativity. Another one, ear training, right? There is a specific direction what you are going with it, what you don't want to lose the sense of. So you constantly travel towards a specific goal. And then you resolve notes in a way that they make sense towards that goal. Royal Composer provides students around the world with detailed musical knowledge.
Let's take the challenge out of building chords. I will show you the way.
Our signature course, Chord World, teaches you how to build chords in music. We are talking about triad 7 chords and tensions with all the inversions, 21st century stuff. With a little bit of effort, topics such as 7 chords or tensions could become your favorite topics. The Chord World provides everything you need to know about the chords in music from A to Z. No matter what style of music you create, our powerful, detailed video presentations will help your music production. If you are serious about the music creation, check out Chord World. We are here to support you and your music.